Welcome to Bond for the Trades, home service podcast. I'm your host, Mandeep, and I could not be more excited for today's episode. Before we dive in, I want to give a quick shout out to our amazing sponsors, Rilla and Grow Reviews. Their support helps make episodes like this possible. So thanks to them. Today, I'm thrilled to be joined by Jen McKee, a powerhouse in the world of social media strategy. Jen is the founder of Key Hard Marketing, a 5X award winning agency known for helping home service businesses stand out online. She's a 2024 40 under 40 honoree, the creator of the Show Up, Stand Up, and Scale framework, and the host of the Key to Growth podcast. Jen's also a seasoned speaker and mentor to trades professionals who want to grow their brand and attract top tier talent. This is going to be a value packed conversation. So let's get into it. Welcome, Jen, to our show.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Awesome. I know I was on your podcast yesterday. It was
Yeah,
like, powerhouse. It was great conversation. And I'm excited to have you on our show.
me too. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So Jen, let's start with your journey. For the audience those who are listening, who you are and what do you do, how you started, how you got into social media for trades.
Yeah. Well, thanks. I'm Jen McKee. I own Key Heart Marketing. We are a social media agency that specializes in working with home service providers. I fell into the trades accidentally. So I know there's like three ways to get in. You're born, you're married, or you just like find yourself in here. So I st got my first plumbing client in 2021, like early 2021.
Nice.
Also happened to be the first client I ever put on TikTok. So at the time, I had a social media agency. It was more of like a side hustle. During the pandemic in 2020 is really when TikTok like blew up.
Right, right.
The millennials found TikTok as like something to do when everyone was at home.
Yeah.
And it started to become a place where people were like sharing ideas and finding community. And so it really evolved. And so I was kind of looking at it as like, man, like we need to get like I should get businesses on TikTok, which of course, even today is like, how am I going to get all this video
Yeah.
content to like
Right.
create TikTok videos? But I ended up talking to, I still have the client, and
Right.
the first conversation that we had, she was like, I just like, I want to be everywhere. I want to be on TikTok. And I was like, perfect. Like, I've actually never put anybody on TikTok, but I would love to test that with you. And she was open to it. And we had a ton of success. Many videos go viral, tons of followers.
Yeah.
She was getting a lot of attention for her social media strategy. She got to speak at Pantheon that year on the marketing panel. We got to be a part of the TikTok Impact Project, and which was a project that TikTok still does, where they're recognizing small businesses who have seen a lot of growth in their business from TikTok.
Yeah.
They got asked to be on a reality TV show. I'm not sure what happened with that show, but I actually had multiple TikTok clients that were reached out and found from TikTok to be on this like reality TV show. And she just started, people were asking who was doing it. So she started referring me. So that's really how I like found myself in this industry. In 2023, she was also a huge advocate for me to just like focus solely on the trade. She was like,
Yeah.
Jen, there's no other agency that's just focused on social media
Right.
for home service providers. And so you should do this. And I was like, okay, here I go. And so since 2023, that's been our main focus is plumbing, HVAC, electrical. We've started to branch into roofing and
Mm.
garage door. And like you said in my bio, we also work with trades leaders, people who are looking to grow their
Yeah.
brand,
Right.
their personal brand and their personal visibility. And so that's how I got here.
That's amazing. That's amazing. What a great story. And a lot of things happened during the, COVID time, pandemic
I
time.
know it was
And
bad and good. It was all,
right, like I started my agency
yeah, I
during
remember.
COVID. I had no idea, right? What's gonna happen. What if that was a blessing in disguise? The industry was up, it
Yeah, it totally blew up.
blew up. But yeah, I think what you did was like, phenomenal, where you picked one niche, which is like, trades, home service industry, And one thing, which is social media, you're just doing
Yeah.
that social media, and now you're expert in that. And that's phenomenal. Like it's really good. I want to ask you, let's talk about like, what are the easiest ways to create content and make it viral? And what are the impactful strategies, Jen?
Okay, so the easiest ways to make content. So let's start first.
Maybe let's start
Like
with
I
the
don't know which one to
basics
start.
if you want. Yeah,
What
it's
did
up
you
to you.
say?
Maybe we can start with the basics, like, social media if you want, but it's up to you.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay, so I think that what a lot of contractors get wrong when they're looking at their social media is they're thinking of it as like another place to put their offers or, like create something on Canva
right.
and post it onto their Facebook. A lot of times too, and this is no offense to you because I think you guys actually do handle social media differently than most marketing companies,
Thank
but a
you.
lot of times they'll have a marketing company who's like, yeah, we'll post on social, and it ends up being like some blanket post that they're doing for all their clients,
Yeah,
or like reposting their blog post, or maybe you have a review company that's automatically generating Google and posting it over to Facebook. And the thing is that none of that content is engaging. So
yeah,
social media, when you think about like how you interact on social media and the content that you're seeing, like you're seeing the people in your warm network. If you're on Facebook or Instagram, you're seeing pictures like photo dumps of what they did this weekend, or celebrations of their kids or their parents or
yeah.
their,
Exactly.
Mother's Day. You're seeing the awards ceremonies that they're going to. You're
Right.
seeing maybe like something they're excited about, or a new place that they visited, or like they're literally we're seeing photos of people. Like that's what we see on our feed. And when it comes to video, like we're watching videos that are entertaining, that
Yeah,
are educational, that are relatable to things that we're experiencing, and that's the content that we're sharing, we're liking, and we're that's coming into our newsfeed. And the reason that's in our newsfeed is not because that's the only content out there. Like there
right.
are many businesses that you're following that are putting out content that you are never seeing, and it's because it's not
Exactly.
engaging.
Yeah.
It's like not what you're used to seeing. So I think just like understanding and thinking about like what is it that I engage with on social media, and then like transferring that to how can I share that in my content too. And so it's really about documenting what you're doing, sharing your people, sharing your celebrating your people, celebrating your community, and not overthinking it, but really it's more of like changing your mindset of what is going to work on there.
That's that's powerful, because I think this is what I think, I've been doing it, like, whatever we post, right? And I think, like you mentioned, like, celebrations, like about your team, family, it has to be a combination of all, which is raw, real, authentic, and
Yeah,
people love authenticity, right? This is what is happening
exactly.
with them, with their company. Amazing stuff. And I get it, like, a lot of people, they just like share those auto generated reviews, those are coming. And I think, there are different posts, like I stock pictures. We travel across the country just for a reason. We are all about relationships, and we want to document their
Yeah,
work, pictures, job site photos, videos, and then come back, implement those on the website, and leverage it on
right.
social media, right?
Hmm.
That's powerful. Yeah, thank you for sharing, Jen. That's powerful. um, you have developed the show up, stand out, and scale framework. Can you break that down for us, and how it applies specifically to contractors and service pros?
Yeah, so it's a 3S framework, show up, stand out, scale. And what it is just a like what type of content you should be posting. So 50% of your content is your show up content, and that's everything we just talked about. That's really like casual documentation of what is going on in the day to day with your team and your community, all of the things that you're doing, and posting it on social media.
Yeah,
The next S is your standout content. So this is where you're standing out as a thought leader, standing out as an expert. This is educational content. This actually does really well as video. But it can also be standing out as a thought leader in your community. So when you're at networking events, when you're at home shows, and they kind of cross over into that show up content because it just ends up being naturally engaging.
Yeah.
But anytime that you can position yourself as the expert in your community, that's what the standout is. And then the scale content is your sales offer content. This is only about 20% of your content. This honestly does much better in the paid ads realm than it does organically. It's
Mhm.
okay to post on your social media every once in a while because people do research. There's all different types of buyers out there. There's some
Yeah.
buyers who are going to hear about you, go to your social media and research what you have. And if you have offers on your page at that time, those are the people that are going to find it. But that content showing up in the news feed is not very likely. So it isn't where you should put the most of your attention.
Great, great. Yeah, I think this is definitely great. And I want to ask you one follow-up question here. Like, do you think like, putting out like, content in terms of like, audio, video, pictures, or text, let's say any piece of content is like, outperforming, do you think it makes sense to maybe spend on advertising? Like, go with the maybe paid advertising dollars to spend on that. What do you think on that? Double down.
Yeah, there's two different ad strategies that we use. One of them is an engagement strategy. So basically, like on the Meta platforms, it's really hard to get new eyeballs on your content. Like, yes, the strategies that we use are geared towards that, like having people share and engage with your content, but only about 1 to 10% of your followers will see your content, and that goes for any type of account.
Yeah.
And so by strategically putting $5, $10 a day behind content that you want to reach more people,
Mm.
we're always looking at, so for our engagement strategy, we're looking at overperforming content. So content that's already performing well, positions your company in a way, in a good light. It's
Yeah.
great for brand awareness. Like that's the content that we'll put money behind and then get it in front of the zip codes that are important to who our clients or retargeting website visitors, things like that. So we're always looking at the content that's performing better. Now, if you have, you can also use that content for lead generation, especially if it like works for whatever your offer is. So
Right.
one video that we've had go viral like over and over again, we actually have almost all of our clients, we tell them to do it, not all of them do it, but
Yeah.
it's like a controversial what temperature do you set your thermostat at? And so we have them ask just like multiple people this question. So we've actually tested that because it's gotten like 3 million views organically
Wow.
on TikTok. So then we'll put it as a Facebook ad and see if we could turn it into a maintenance offer or usually we're looking at maintenance offers, but because it's already and we do this with memes too. Like memes tend to perform really well as lead generation offers because they're naturally engaging. People are related to them. They want to share them. Like but you have to be careful. And so it doesn't always work
Yeah.
because it's so engaging that it like starts to lose its lead generation quality. So there's a line between it, but there is the thing is that if something is not performing well organically, it's not going to perform well with ad spend.
That
Like it doesn't just magically do better. It actually ends
100%.
up becoming, it's like a little bit resistant. Like if you put money behind something that's already going to perform well organically, you're going to get more out of it. People are going to engage with it, which will get it in front of more people. You can spend less on your ad spend. Whereas like if it's something that is just not really engaging at all, it's going to be harder to actually get it to do what you want it to.
Awesome, awesome, amazing. And I think like, spending time like, in Meta and creating ads, like, that's definitely powerful. Do you think that boosting is wasting?
Yeah, boosting to me, I always liken it to like Vegas, like the house is always winning, like it's not really doing anything. Like Facebook's like, "Oh, you could spend $14 and get this in front of 17,000
Yeah,
people." But why? Like why? And so many a lot of times we'll get into the ads manager for contractors and that's like something that they've spent money on is just like and it's not that you shouldn't and like so our engagement strategy is a boosting strategy but it's like done through the ads manager with more intention behind who we're trying to get behind. And also we have more leverage on what we can do because we can switch out the posts and we can target the audience and we can it's just like it's a little bit more honed in strategy rather than just like, sure, here's my money. Because a lot of times it's going for the lowest conversion
Yes.
goal. So it's like I don't even want to, it's probably going for views, I think, which is like
I think only
and
views. Yeah.
and so the whole thing to know about the ads algorithm, like if it is it's a robot, and at the very, very beginning, when you set up an ad in any platform, probably, I don't know, Google, but I'm sure it's the same way, but like Meta and TikTok for sure, the first thing it asks you is like, what is the point of this ad? It asks you like, what is the conversion that you're looking for?
Yes.
And if you tell it something that isn't the actual conversion measurement, so like if you tell it you want video views, or you tell it you want link clicks, or you tell it you want landing page views, that is what it's going to optimize for. But the person who's going to click on the link is not necessarily the person who is going to submit the form that you want them to
Yeah.
submit or give you their information. And so if you actually want people's information, which if you're spending a lot of money on ads, you
Yeah.
want leads. Like if you want actual leads, you have to optimize the ads for leads. And that's like a huge miss that I see people who aren't familiar with ads try like do constantly. Like
I
that's the
agree.
first biggest miss.
Yeah, I agree. And again, on the boosting side, it's so tempting to just like, drag, like, okay, the dollar amount is going up 20, 30, 40, and selecting like, okay, it's gonna reach out to 2,000, 5,000, 10,000. But yeah, it doesn't work. Thanks for sharing, spending time, creating ads in Meta. And I think valuable, like, first of all, you have to create audience, right? I think a lot of
Yeah.
people, they think just go for the kill, like, get the leads, those campaign. But I think value added, maybe videos or reviews, right? Those, I think
Mhm.
videos should be run in Meta before you launch, or you can run simultaneously, right? So that's great. What?
I want to give a special shout out to Rilla, the sales coaching AI software that holds the technicians accountable and gives them the support and guidance they need to maximize all the opportunities you spend your hard-earned money on.
I want to give special shout out to Grow Reviews, one of our sponsors, America's first platform to capture instant text and video reviews. If a picture is 1,000 words, a video is worth a million. Book a demo with Grow Reviews by visiting website www.growreviews.com, and you can get in touch with their sales reps to book a demo. What's the common mistake you see trade businesses make with the social media content?
I mean, I feel like there's a lot. I think one of the things that I see when people are, I mean, okay, so number one, like not doing it and not being consistent, or spending way too much time creating content that's not engaging. Like I think those are some of the biggest issues. Um, when people like start honing in on it, I think they start focusing on the wrong things. Like, well, are these the right hashtags? Are we posting at the right time? Like those kind of
Right.
things don't really matter as much. If you are putting out content that's engaging, it's good. Like none of that really matters. Although, okay, this is really cool. This is
Yeah.
breaking news in Jen McKee world. It might not be for everyone else, but so yesterday, Josh Crouch posted this post about, because he's been talking about how you can connect your social profiles in your Google business profile. And so yesterday he was like, and it's pulling videos, okay? Like in your Google profile, it's pulling videos. And I'm like, that's cool. So I go and start like looking under my clients, Google, whatever. And what I found is that when I was searching their branded search, so I was actually searching their name,
Yeah.
but Google was pulling Instagram videos into their search results. So
Right.
like, it had like multiple Instagram videos. Some of them had 3 or 4. When I searched Key Heart Marketing, it actually pulled these testimonial videos that I had just uploaded on YouTube recently,
Yes.
which I thought was so cool. Like that was some of the first, and like in the what is it called? Search results, first page
Search.
search results. It had
Yeah.
testimonial videos, which I know a lot of contractors don't do that. We do have a couple clients that are really great about having testimonial videos from their customers. But so I went to ChatGPT and I was like, how is it pulling these? Like, what is it looking at?
Yeah.
And what ChatGPT told me, which we can take this with its grain of robot salt or whatever, but what it said is that it's looking at it's looking at like, do you have keywords in your captions? Are you using keywords in your hashtags? Is your handle like really similar to your business name?
Business name. Yeah.
Are they relevant videos? Like, do they seem like they would be helpful? So there was a lot of cool things because all of the videos were like a little bit different. A lot of them were pulling some like how to or like great educational type stuff that it was pulling in the search
Yeah.
results. But I thought it was interesting that it was Instagram that it was pulling when we're posting on YouTube, TikTok, like Facebook, all the platforms, and it was just pulling Instagram videos. But
Yeah. I
I
just want
just
to
think
add
that
I
was
just want
cool.
to add one more thing here. Recently I've seen that too. And even if you post like yesterday or like 3-4 hours ago, actually Instagram like videos out there and YouTube, I have seen like YouTube videos, but Google is favoring Instagram videos
It was
and
so weird.
recent ones you will see whatever you have
Yeah, it was
posted.
like last 3 weeks. Like some of them were like from this week, some of them were from last week. It was pretty recent for sure. But I thought that was really cool. So anyways, I can't remember why we said that, but I think too, so you asked about like
Common
mistakes
mistakes.
that people
Yeah.
make. Another one is just not doing video. And that's just like the way that people are consuming content right now. I think when you get into creating video for your
Yeah.
business, no matter what type of business owner you are, it like don't focus so much on like making the best video or like trying to go viral or hitting all of the, like you start thinking about creating video and all of a sudden like every video you see is like here's how to make the best video ever. And you really just have to first get in the habit of like getting in front of the camera, recording yourself, or just documenting your day-to-day life.
Stop
And that takes
overthinking. Stop
time.
overthinking. Stop overthinking, right? When it comes to
But
media. Like stop overthinking, right? The people
right.
overthink a lot.
Yeah, like and so and then start to optimize. Like your first video is gonna suck. No, like it just is. And I mean maybe not, but for 80-90% of you, your first video isn't gonna be great, and that's okay. That luckily for you means probably no one will see it, but you're getting in the habit of figuring out how to record yourself and potentially do a little bit of editing, and then as you get in the habit, maybe after a couple a couple weeks of doing this consistently, then you start looking at, okay, what video performed the best? Like which one got the most
Yeah.
likes? And
Yeah.
so I wonder why that one got the most likes. Like what was different about it? Was I in a different place? Did I talk about a specific topic? Was it like filmed differently and then
Mm.
try to do more of that? Like there's some basic things like wipe down your camera lens, make sure people can see you, make sure
Yeah.
people can hear you, but you really don't need to like research for 5 months before you put something out there. Like you just need to record something and then put it out there and then do it again and do it again and do it again, and you'll start to catch your groove.
I agree. I agree. This is what like I think 5 years ago I was like, overthinking. I shot like so many videos, but I was like, okay, I'm just gonna make it a video and just like post it. And then you get comfortable, right? Once you start like, posting like 5-10 times, and I think you get comfortable with camera. Uh but yeah, great share. Video is something that I love the most, and I think that gets the most attention. Uh
Yeah,
short,
just naturally, it's
just
more
naturally.
engaging.
It's more engaging, right? Short form, right? TikTok is
Mhm.
there, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Reels, Instagram Reels, and now Google is like giving preference and picking up on Google if you do
Yeah,
it for your brand, and if you add content or keywords related to that, because YouTube is the second worst largest like search engine. If someone
right.
is searching for, let's say, how to install AC in Tampa, Florida, and you have a video on YouTube, and you have actually FAQ on your website page, and you have embedded YouTube video to that, and you have
Hmm.
installed like you have done like SEO on those, you're gonna rank higher, right? So
Yeah.
videos are powerful. Thanks for sharing. Uh, when it comes to attracting top talent, how can home service brands like use platforms like Instagram, Facebook to show off company culture effectively?
Yeah. So I think that most of our clients, like one of the I don't want to say first, but one of the like second things that starts happening that they'll see is that people want to work with them because of their social media presence. So I know that there are some people who are like, well, we have a different strategy for our TikTok than we do for Facebook and Instagram. And honestly, like unless you have an in-house social team that's working 40 hours a week on your social media, I don't think that's necessary. I think that you can post the same content on all the platforms because there's all types of people on every platform. Like me
Exactly.
personally, like I'm on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. So you got the same person on all three platforms. But what it is that there's a couple of things that's happening. Like when you're creating content, creating videos and posting pictures of the trainings that you're doing, recognizing team members for team member of the month, for their anniversaries, for their birthdays, um, sharing the things that you're doing in the community, the home shows, and you're sharing your culture. Like that is what people are attracted to. And
Mm.
not only that, you're sharing that you are open to sharing these things. Like you're not so
Right.
uptight that you're trying to like manage the way that everything looks perfectly. Like you're willing to show behind the scenes stuff, you're willing to show the fun things that you're doing. That is what people are attracted to. So it's not so much this like really intentional strategy of like, hey, come work with us. It's like that again, consistency of
Yeah.
this is what it looks like to be on this team. This is what we look like in our trucks. This is what we look like. Like this is, we go and bring donuts to our team out on the
Yeah.
road, or we go in, there's all these things that are being shared that automatically starts attracting talent. So we've seen that over and over again that our clients have told us like they have gotten the best recruits come in and choose to work with them and want to work with them because of their social presence.
Absolutely. That's amazing. And because they have actually amazing work culture, but they are showing off on social media as well. And people look at it. Those who want job, they're looking for a job, they
Mhm.
actually go through with the social media profiles.
Yeah.
That's
And if you think too, I just want to add this, like, so
please.
a lot of owners sometimes will, okay, here's the thing. Like if you're listening to this and you are an owner, likely your feed is full of your competitors. And that's because you're looking at their content. It's not because like not everybody in your community is seeing all that content. It's you. And so it's the same with like plumbers or HVAC techs. Like they're seeing a lot of plumbing and HVAC content because that's like what they're interested in. That's what they're doing daily. That's what they're clicking on. That's like, and so
Yeah.
they're getting fed that stuff. So they are likely seeing your content in your area. Even without, I mean, yes, like ads can boost that, like there are things that you can do that make leads and recruits come in more efficiently. But like no matter what, these people are seeing your content just because it's what they like and it's what they're thinking of and it's what they're clicking on, it's what they're seeing.
Right, right. And algorithm works that way. Even I choose myself because whatever content I'm consuming, right? That's what algorithm is throwing at me, right?
Right.
According to my interest. And I'm gonna go back and ask about the consistency here. There are big brands, those are with us. They have in-house social media team, which I get it. Those are big companies out there. How can small local companies stay consistent on social media without becoming a full-time job? It's very tough for them, though they have amazing work culture, but they don't
Yeah,
have time.
I know. There's a couple things like you have to be really intentional about it. So I have a social media mentorship and it's for smaller companies who aren't at the point where they can outsource it, but they have somebody just internally who's in charge of it, but it's not just social media that they're in charge of typically. And
Mm.
so what the biggest thing I work with them on is time management and uh bulk creating. And so starting with a content calendar, which is even how we start content for our clients, is like starting with a content calendar, all of the dates that are important for that month, whether it's like, National HVAC Tech Day or Mother's Day, or it's like whose birthdays and anniversaries are coming up. What days do we already have things going on in the community? what days are our training days, like knowing what's happening, and then creating a content calendar around that. You don't have to post every
Right.
day, but you do have to post consistently. And so if consistently looks like 3 days a week for you, and so
Yeah.
then okay, so I'm going to do 2 posts in 1 video a week. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8 static posts and 4 videos that I need for the week. So then you already know what those are. You can get them over into Canva. I actually just showed them this last week, like how I do it. And they
Yeah.
were like, oh my God, this blows my mind. But you're just like opening up Canva and putting this is this day, this is this day, this is this day. And then you just have to get the content in there. And so then you have a list now. Okay, these are the pictures and these are the videos that I need. But you got to get it in your calendar. It has to be important. And then once it's created,
Yeah.
use tools. So we use Metricool as a scheduling tool. We can schedule on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn,
What's the name again? I'm just gonna.
Metricool, Metricool.
Oh,
So Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Google Business Profile. There's a bunch of other ones that it'll schedule to, but those are the ones that we focus on. It'll also schedule to YouTube, but we don't actually schedule anything to YouTube because it just tends to like no one sees it. Like it doesn't go anywhere if you schedule it. We also use repurpose.io. Repurpose.io creates automated workflows that takes your videos from one platform to another. It takes off watermarks. You can add filters, so you can change hashtags. You can
nice.
decide, if you have multiple locations, like, well, don't do any roofing videos to this one. Like you can kind of add filters like that. But repurpose.io is so cool because once the video is posted once, you never have to think about it again, but it's going on all the platforms. And so that's what I would suggest is like, you do have to have a system. You do have to have it in your calendar. You can't just like, why is it not happening? Like if
Yeah.
you're not putting any time towards it, but being intentional, like knowing what you're going to do, not waiting until the day of. When I first started my company, and it was like my side hustle, I was bartending at Chili's also. And
Yeah.
I was like doing so many things. Like I would like go to the gym, I would go to the bar, open up the bar, go to the gym, go to my class, come back to the bar, work the shift, leave. At this
Yeah.
point now, it's like 6 p.m., like make dinner, have 2 small children. And in the middle of that, I'm also like running this social media company on the side.
Yeah.
And there were days that I didn't have a plan, and it was like so stressful to me. So I know what that stress is like if you're not posting and you know that you should be. So it's so important to like already know what you're going to post. Don't wait until the day of, unless it's a one-off situation. There are situations even for our clients that like we know we're getting pictures of this thing that's happening today and we're going to post about it today. Like if it's teacher appreciation week and we're going to deliver all the food, cool. As soon as you get done with that, send us over the
Yeah.
pictures, we'll get it posted. Like, but we already know it's coming. It's already like happening. But
Right.
otherwise, like you should not be posting that day. Like you should have a plan already in place.
Plan. Yeah, no, this is definitely great. Plan your content and make sure everything is like documented, planned, like in form of like all pictures, videos. I think that's great. But I think there are days where like even the planning, right? I just want to have this. I want to ask you this. Let's say even the small businesses, they plan everything, they schedule everything, and sometimes let's say I post like according to the feeling and moments, right? You feel like sharing with the world, but sometimes
Yeah.
there are days where a lot of stuff going on, right? Overwhelming meetings, like no time at all, but really wanted to post something but could not, right? In that case, do you think that scheduling works?
So for my personal brand, I can't schedule because you can't schedule things on Facebook for a like regular profile. But I have a Google Sheet that has like everything I've ever posted on Facebook in the last 2 years. Um, and I just continue to add to it. So on the days that I'm like super busy or I don't have time to like sit there and write everything that I'm thinking. I just can copy and paste stuff off of that so that I'm still getting content out there. For my video content, I bulk and batch record all my video content. I send it to get edited, and then I keep that in the same folder. So I always have content that I can pull from, but I don't always have to like know what I'm gonna post. Like I can just pull from there. It makes it really
Okay.
fast. I can do it in 2 minutes. Like it's not a whole thing. So again, it's like having a plan. And then at the same time, everything for my business is scheduled out. So at least there's always that going out. And I can always just repost that if I don't have anything
Makes
else to
sense.
post. But keeping that, like I said, like Google Sheet of all of the posts, like I have it broken down into like short little truth bombs, stories, call to actions,
Right.
I also have a strategy that was taught to me by Rachel Peterson, which she calls 10 things strategy. I don't know if she has a real name for it, but what it is just like dumping your IP, and then you can always use that too. So
Mm,
taking time to think of like 10 things that you know about this topic and this topic and this topic, or even like going to Google and doing the whole like search and then see what other people are searching for so that you can come up with topic. But then like 10 ways to find hashtags, 10 ways, and these are like my expertise, right? But like
yeah.
for an HVAC owner, like 10 mistakes people make with their filters, 10 reasons why you need maintenance, 10 reasons to get a heat pump, just like different things that you could, and it doesn't have to be 10, it's just like 10, like it could
10.
be
Yeah. It could
5,
be
it could
five.
be it
Yeah.
could be 7, like it could be 20, it doesn't matter. It's just getting that information out there. And then if you don't know what to talk about, like going back to all of your IP someplace where you have it all. And so you can find things to talk about.
Love it. Love it. Thanks for sharing. This is great. And like all like our brands, automatically, team is posting that goes on social media. But personally, like I put out, like Gary Vee says, right? Like you are the brand, right? So I want to ask you, like, there are home service business owners, those are listening to the podcast, they might be doing the best practices to post content on their like brand pages, company pages on social media. Do you think that they should also post content, not just like resharing those, or do they have to collaborate as a brand, because they are the brand, right? They're representing the brand, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's one of those like you don't have to, but you'll be a lot bigger if you do. Like
Mm,
if you and that's why we've started working with owners for their personal brand, because your personal brand is like, especially as we get further inundated with AI, like that's the one thing that people can't take away from you. And they can't we can't fake that authenticity.
yeah.
And it's how you connect. And so if you think about like you meet someone at a networking event, like you're a part of a BNI chapter, and you start to build these relationships. If you also connect with them on Facebook, you have now 7 more days or 6 more days a week to build that relationship with them. And like even more so, you have monthly meetings with your chamber, right? Well, here's 29 more days a week that you can continue to build this relationship with these people. And so you start to stay more top of mind and build stronger relationships. Like I think, Mandeep, you and I were talking yesterday. There's so many people that we meet on social media,
Right.
even before you meet them in real life. And so
Yes.
then you like start to meet people online and build a relationship with them. And then you do meet them in person. So like there's so much of an impact that you can make with your personal brand online, but it does take showing up, because truthfully, none of us know about the lurkers. Like we don't know who's watching and not talking. So
Right.
you like as a lurker, like you might know what other people are doing, but nobody knows what you're doing. And so you're still not really making an impact unless you're putting it out there. And like you don't want, we mentioned this yesterday in the podcast, and I'm saying yesterday, and I don't know when this episode is going to be released, but the one with us is like in September. So we
Yeah.
said this in the future, but that you don't want to see someone at the next chamber meeting or at your high school reunion or at your next family barbecue who's like, oh, I totally forgot that you did HVAC. I just bought a new system last
Yeah.
month. Like, and they could have bought it from you, but you
Right.
haven't been talking. You haven't been showing up. You haven't been visible. So nobody even knows what you do. Like they've forgotten about you. And that's the power of your personal brand, is to continue to show up.
Exactly,
make
like you have opened a restaurant and there is no sign out there, like people
right.
will not get to know. But yeah, this is very, very powerful. Personal brand is everything. You gotta build it. And I think it takes time. Once you get there, yes,
Yeah.
you get the attention, and it's very, very impactful. I've seen
Yeah.
your brand. We have seen, like people coming to you to meet, like, hey Jen, we have seen your content, right,
Yeah.
at
All
the
the
tip,
time. It happens
all,
at every show.
all the time. We are
People are
working with,
following you.
yeah, yeah, people follow you and they want to meet, and sorry we could not meet. Next time we definitely gonna meet.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I know you mentioned I disappear. It's just that same, like, people see on social media, they want to connect. But yes, next time we are meeting for sure. And our client, Plomero Plumbing from Arizona, like Armando, he got the opportunity to speak at Pantheon because
Yeah.
he's an influencer now, like millions of
Right.
views on TikTok. I was like amazed. And
Yeah.
on Instagram, which is great, 30,000 followers, which is big number, but on TikTok is millions of views,
Yeah.
and got the opportunity to speak at the event. Wow, that's the
Yeah.
power of personal brand.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna wrap up with last question here, Jen. This is again amazing podcast going so far. I hope listeners, you are enjoying, and you're gonna go back and start implementing these things. How AI is playing a big role in the social media world.
Yeah. I mean, I think that the biggest thing with AI right now, and there's kind of like this post circulating of like the CEO of Fiverr. I
Yeah.
don't know if you've seen it, where he's talking about like AI is coming for all of our jobs. And it's true, but what he said is also so true, is that you have to figure out um how to use it to elevate everything that you're doing. The truth of it is right now, and it'll continue to be, is I think about it like the Industrial Revolution, right? Like people were so scared, like, oh, these machines are going to take over our jobs. And the machines did take over those jobs,
Mm,
but it opened up new jobs. And AI is going to take over a lot of these jobs, but it's going to open up new jobs. And the best thing that you can do is figure out how to utilize it to move faster, to move more productively, to move
mm,
more efficiently, to move smarter, to make bigger moves. Like the other day, I was building out a couple email sequences, which I still do sometimes. But
nice.
and the thing is that because of AI, I'm able to do way more email sequences and way more webinars, which means I can get in front of way more people and increase my visibility 4 times more than, I mean, and I'm just saying 4 times, like 4 webinars this month more, which before AI would have been really challenging just to
Yeah.
like try to type, even just type. It's not even
Type.
like
Yeah.
coming up with it. It's like,
Yeah.
I mean,
Type.
AI is like not coming up with it. I'm telling it what I want to do, but it's typing it out for me, which is saving me so much time.
It's making you
It's
productive and effective, right?
right. Like I'm saving massive amounts of time, which is allowing me to get in front of my audience so much more. And so, and so, okay, so with social media and AI, like right now, it can't do your social media for you. It's not possible. I'm not saying
No.
it's not coming in the future, because I hope that it does make it easier for people to get their content out there.
Yeah.
But as it becomes easier, you're going to have to do more and do better in order to
Yeah.
stand out. And so it's always going to be, you're still going to have to figure out how to be better than what AI is doing. Because if AI can do it, then everyone's going to do it and it's going to be
Right.
really fast. And so then you have to figure out how to do it even better, even more authentically. And that's where personal brand comes in. And that's where getting in front of people in real life comes in. And that's where sharing your team and your culture and all of these things that can't be replicated by AI are so important.
Right, right. No, this is amazing. Yeah, jobs cannot be taken away with AI. I don't think so. Like, AI is there to, replace like AC or do tankless water heater. But
Yeah.
yes, just think from that perspective to like make you more productive, effective, where you can actually spend more time in other areas. I think AI is making us way, way productive than ever uh,
Right.
before.
Right.
So
And of course, you can use it for caption writing, content calendars, like things like that. So, I do love it for like ad copy. I think it does a great job for that. For captions, it needs a little bit more tweaking, but there's a lot of ways that you can use it to make your content
Right.
faster.
Right. And for videos like caption, I love Captions app.
Mhm.
That's amazing. That has got like auto AI
Yeah.
edit feature, and I love creating content from Video Leap, which like you have, let's say, job pictures, like installing AC, like select all those like pictures and create video, and boom, you can,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. So that's great. Okay. All right, listeners. I want to ask Jen first. What's the best way to contact you or maybe your company, Keyheart Marketing, helping contractors with social media? Please share so that people can get in touch with you.
Yeah, so you can find me, Jen McKee. I'm on Facebook, Instagram, no, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok. The company Keyheart Marketing, it's KEEHART. You can find us at keyheartmarketing.com on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I have tons of resources, freebies, share a ton of value on all of my social sites. So definitely connect there and you'll get your fix of social media for home
Awesome. Awesome.
services.
Awesome. Get connected. Get connected with Jen. She will make your social media right and help and scale you. And we will link, Jen, we're going to link everything in the description of the podcast so that people can look at it and reach out to
Awesome.
you. Again, today's podcast, like both episodes were powerhouse. Thank you again for inviting me to your podcast. And thank you for coming to my show. It was amazing with you.
Yeah, thank you. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you. Have a good day.